What if I told you the most expensive place you will be living in is not in a high cost living area, it's not the house, it's not paying rent, it's none of that. It's living within your comfort zone. And this is not only measured in dollars, it's missed opportunities, your dreams that you never chase, and your goals that you never pursue. So today I want to break down why being comfortable is costing you more than you think and how to break yourself out of that. You see, I know what it feels like to play it safe, to wake up every day going to the same job, having the same circle of friends, and doing just the same routine. But I also know what it feels like to wake up every single day and realize how much this is actually costing me. And the price tag is way bigger than you think. Now, the first thing I want to discuss is comfort cost opportunity. Imagine working in the same job just because it's stable. Yes, you're getting a steady paycheck. You need to understand you're missing out on so many opportunities. You're missing out on opportunities for promotion. You're missing on opportunities to learn new skills. And most importantly, you're missing out on opportunities to switch careers. You see, don't get me wrong, because I've been there as well. I love stability in my life. I meditate, I practice stoicism. Balance is the thing that I always strive for. When it comes to increasing your income and building wealth, you cannot just remain comfortable. You have to challenge yourself. That's the only way you're going to be able to grow and then increase your bank account. You see, you would have to put in a lot of hard work now, but in the future, things will be a lot easier. You have a lot more freedom, and you wouldn't be money stressed 24/7 if you didn't stay in your comfort zone. So never forget, every single time you're choosing comfort over risk, what you're doing is you're jeopardizing your future. So in your job, go ahead. Get that promotion. Try that side hustle. Do not be afraid. If you remain afraid, nothing is going to change. If you live in paycheck to paycheck, you will remain stuck in that cycle until you find ways to increase your income. Comfort, guys, is the way to grow. The second lesson that I learned is comfort kills growth. The only way to build your muscles, guys, is by stretching it out. But if you never push them and challenge your muscles, it will never grow. You see, staying with your same group of friends that never challenge you, you are never going to grow. Staying in the same job because you're seeking stability, you're never going to grow. You are doing something that the universe is telling you to do, but you are just denying it, which is growth. Now, let me give you an example because I learned this, especially when it came with money, is keeping all your money within your savings account. Yeah, you got some money in your savings account. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's not going to grow if you keep it in the high yield savings account. Being a little bit uncomfortable and understanding taking a calculated risk, especially if you put money within the market, S&P 500, index fund, which on average gives you an 8% return yearly, that is the only way your money is going to grow. But if you keep it somewhere safe and under the mattress and you're afraid to invest, your money is just not going to grow if it remains stagnant. So it's time for you to look at growth and comfort, and somebody got to get the hell out of that house because both of them cannot live in the same household. The third lesson that I learned is comfort creates regret. How many videos have you guys seen out there of people saying, I wish in my 20s I would have done things differently. Now in my 40s and 50s, I have so many regrets. That's what comfort does. Because the thing about comfort that sucks, and it happened to me as well, is I wanted to do YouTube videos, but I was always afraid to step out of my comfort zone. Reason why was I was afraid of being judged. I was afraid people were gonna say, hey, look, you're doing YouTube videos and yeah. And I was just so embarrassed because of what other people think of me. So I remained in my circle and I didn't grow. But I wanted to get better with public speaking. I wanted to share my information that I learned with my finances. And I know the only way for me to do that was do this YouTube video, step out of my comfort zone, and give the world exactly what I think they need. You see, regret is more painful and way more expensive than failure. You can never be afraid of failing because, guys, if you fail, at least you get an answer and you know exactly what's going on. And actually, technically, failing is part of the process. Failing is a part of success that you definitely need to endure in order to grow. Because the price of comfort today is the regret for your tomorrow. Do not live a life of regret. That's the worst. The fourth lesson that I learned is fear is the gatekeeper. Every single moment you have fear, you would not want to take that chance and you want to stay exactly where you are. And you know what? I get it. Who wants to be embarrassed? Who wants to start a business venture and have to tell people you fail? But if you continue having that mentality, guys, you're going to remain stagnant and you're going to do nothing about it in your life. But my life changed completely and hopefully it will change for yours as well. When you recognize anytime you get fearful of something, that's your body being excited. That's your body letting you know you're about to do something you never did before, which means you are about to grow. You see, life is not meant to just be lived within the bubble. Life is meant to live outside of your comfort zone because that's where life-changing opportunities live. Let me give you an example. The first time you did public speaking, you were terrified. And after you did it, you feel great about it. The same with investing. It's always scary putting money within the market, but you've been doing it for such a long period of time, like I have. You recognize I am not that worried because I understand in order for money to grow, it has to be within the market. And it's all terrifying at first because obviously it's a new experience, but you cannot avoid that. It's an extreme cost of you avoiding having fear. Now, it's all good for me to tell you, get out of your comfort zone and go ahead and just try a bunch of stuff. It doesn't work that easy. What I highly recommend is you start small. Every single day, you take a little risk. What helped me out tremendously, especially with public speaking, was just greeting someone, greeting a random person and saying hi. Listen, when I was younger, I was by far not the ladies' man. I was afraid to talk to females. It was really, really tough for me to have a conversation with females, especially when I find them attractive. But I recognize they're human, just like me. So I just say hi, have a small talk, and actually after a while, I got married and met my wife who was beautiful. It worked out. And also what helped me out was reframing failure and understanding in order to become successful, you have to embrace failure. You fail, you try again, rinse and repeat, and eventually you will find something where you're actually good at and you'll start winning. And surround yourself with people who are positive. This might not be the easiest thing to do because right now getting friends is always hard, especially in my age and the age of 40. But what I highly recommend is go on social media, start following people, subscribe to my channel, follow people who are positive, and you want to have your algorithm feed you all that positivity rather than having an algorithm feed you all this negativity. That right there will keep you motivated and focused on any goal you're trying to achieve in your life. So ask yourself every single day, what is comfort costing me? You might not like the answer, and if you don't, change it.